Hello, I'm the Atomic Hobbit, and I like movies. Villains. What is it about these characters that make them so interesting? Is it because they are the embodiment that everything is bad? Or is it that in some way do they reflect us? Well, today I'm honoring the best villain with this top 10 list. So, let's get started. The Wicked Witch of the West. For many, The Wizard of Oz is the first movie to be seen ever, so it is fitting to have the list start out with the first antagonist that we ever see in movies. While little is shown about her in the movie, it doesn't stop people from expanding her relatively basic character into a tragic figure, which has been made into books, a popular musical, and a not so popular and enjoyed movie. With her magic powers and an army of flying monkeys at her disposal, what is not to fear about this classic movie villain? Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Dr. Hannibal the Cannibal Lecter is just a great villain. The fact that he functions more as a guide and less of the main villain in his most famous movie, Silence of the Lambs, the fact that that role won Anthony Hopkins an Oscar is enough said. He's interested in playing mind games. He convinces a fellow inmate to swallow his own tongue. That's messed up. He uses a police investigation into a serial killer as a way to have the FBI chase its own tail for his own amusement. And he has the best escape ever in cinema. Ever. Totally awesome. Won't spoil it, but it's great. So, he's a villain that is just so great, but there's still 8 others which are still higher. Captain Vidal from Pan's Labyrinth. This man is pure evil. He has no conscience, and he's just terrifying, especially when he's juxtaposed to the young and innocent and sweet Ophelia. And he's willing to make his orders happen. And the fact that his orders come from the fascist Franco government is bad enough. He is obsessed with his own looks. He's obsessed with maintaining this view of reality that is perfect. And if it is not perfect, he will make it perfect, whether people are like it or not. So, got a terrifying aura of menace and a love for torture devices. What's not the love, or more, what's not the fear about this totally psychotic soldier? Syndrome from The Incredibles. The reason that Syndrome stands out to me as a villain is because he is what happens when fanboys go too far with their hero worship. Granted, the average fanboy does not know how to build giant robots, but he still shows what can happen when hero worship goes too far. His need for attention first drives him to doing something really stupid and doing more damage than he is trying to prevent. He is then rejected by his hero, and it puts him in a vendetta against all the superheroes. Now, I know this insane fan angle is more associated with Annie Wilkes from Misery, the whole Kathy Bates character, and while this is a great character, especially for that, the thing is I saw The Incredibles first before Misery, so I tend to associate crazy fans more with Syndrome than Kathy Bates. They're both good performances, but this is my top 10 list, not WatchMojo.com's, which is pretty good. Tyler Durden from Fight Club. The thing with Tyler Durden is he is what a lot of people wish they could be. He is a free-spirited person who his anti-consumerist rhetoric is never hypocritical. He lives it. And his actions show it, from his sabotage of restaurants and children's movies to the founding of the terrorist organization Project Mayhem. He puts really all effort, and he and his anti-societal rampage is something that a lot of people kind of wish they could do. And, like, face it, we've all wanted at some point to blow things up. But he's the person that actually does it. Jason from the Friday the 13th series. Jason is less of a villain and more a force of nature. While his targets have been many and his talents for murder are excessive, he has no motive. He has no reason. He just kills. Why? I don't know. And that's what makes him so interesting, and probably the reason why he is my favorite movie slasher. He has no reason. He is a total blank slate. You can project any belief onto why he's out to kill everybody, but at the end of the day, it's all conjecture. And the thing is this: you can't run, you can't hide. All you can do is just hope that he doesn't see you. The Joker from The Dark Knight. This Joker is amazing. Aside from being scary and completely insane, I think what works best for this one is he thinks he's part of the system. He is convinced that it is his obligation to bring chaos into order, and obviously he has no care on how it done and who he does it. He's on a mission, and that is to show Gotham City that everybody, even their Dark Knight, can be brought down to their knees, can be compromised, can be brought to his level. He thinks he understands the world and how self-destructive human nature can be, and he feels that he must show the world this, and he thinks it just needs a small push. Aside from the fact he's able to turn Harvey Dent into Two-Face, he nearly got Batman to break his one rule. This is the best incarnation yet on the silver screen of Batman's arch nemesis, and likely will be for a long time. Heath Ledger's final performance, bravo. This is totally insane. Darth Vader from Star Wars. Honestly, what is there to say? Aside from the terrifying respirator breathing, the dark, awesome outfit, just everything commanding aura of menace, and also the fact he's voiced by James Earl Jones. Like, what's not to love about this villain? He is awesome. He is the pinnacle of movie villains. He does not tolerate failure from his legions of expendable underlings. He has his own sinister agenda. He's a skilled pilot. He's the father of the protagonist. He undergoes his own character arc. He defeats the Emperor. He is probably, if there weren't two others that were better, he would be on top of this list. And like, he is one of the greatest. But still, there's two which are scarier and more sinister than Darth Vader. So here we go. HAL 9000 from 2001 Space Odyssey. He is the ultimate of evil computers. Every other evil computer in movies and literature that have been out to kill humans owe their genesis to HAL. He is super smart, and he is willing to do everything for his mission, even if that means killing off the entire crew of the Discovery 1, if it means it's completing the mission. And the thing is, he is a product of humanity. We built him. All the other villains are, in the end, people, more or less. They were not created on an assembly line the way Hal was. And he will do anything. He has Colt. He is logic. He is willing to do everything, even if it seems insane. He will do it. Not to mention also, this is also has one of the saddest movie deaths ever. That the fact that the cold logical machine is pleading for mercy. I don't know, it just made me teary-eyed. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact he's singing a little song. But the thing is this. Hal is all our fault. Before I get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. These villains were scary, were awesome, but they just weren't good enough. Because this video is running long, I'm just going to list the name and move on. The Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. John Doe from Seven. Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Agent Kruger from Elysium. And Sid from Toy Story. Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She is a monster. Aside from being just simply scary as a nurse, she runs a mental ward like a dictator. She uses humiliation, disciplinary measures to keep order. She withholds the valuables like cigarettes from the patients if they misbehave, and even puts troublemakers through electroshock therapy. She even gets a patient to kill himself because he cannot stand her and her treatment, and has the hero of the story, spoiler alert, the free-spirited Randall Patrick McMurphy, lobotomized into a vegetable. She's so evil, yet she's somehow the chief nurse at a mental ward. And here's the worst part, she wins. That she does not get punished, and she defeats McMurphy. That she fills you with rage. She makes you want to punch a fictional character in the face. She looks so sweet and so nice and so innocent, but she's evil. She's a sadist. And that's what makes her, in my opinion, the best movie villain ever. Because no other movie villain can make you feel this angry at a character. Make you want to see her beaten, want to see her lose, want to see her in pain. And the fact that you can get that level of reaction for a fictional character, that's a true villainous performance. The fact that you are able to make you hate the character. You legitimately hate. All these other villains, you can see some good quality in them. There's something good about them. Not this one. This one is evil. And by God, I hate Nurse Ratched. Thanks for watching this editorial. If you want to see more, please subscribe below. If there's a movie or top 10 list that you want to see, please post it in the comments. Thanks for watching again. I'm the Atomic Hobbit, and this is Noodle. She's an adorable little kitty. And please subscribe. Thanks for watching.